Now, you can start to put up some images of the Archie. These are the directors and so on, and the board members, President Hayden Ferreira, Roger Bertrand, how you going? Nice to meet you. Vice President Keith London, Secretary. Let me see who else there. Andre Edwards, nice to see you. Assistant Secretary. Tracy Elcock, Director, lovely smile. Denisa Christom Furlong, Director. Who else we have there? Hey, Charles Percy. I find your hand in your pocket looking cool. Very good. Esme Raphael, Director. And Clint Mohan. All right, I have some questions for your Venture Credit Union because Fuzzy Foster is talking quite a bit about loans and so on and so forth. So we have some questions for you, members of the Venture Credit Union. Did Foster Cummins take a $1.8 million or $4.4 million loan or larger amount from your institution? Did Foster Cummins as an individual take loans to the tune of $6.2 million or more from your institution? And if he did, how did he qualify for such a hefty loan? What is your procedure, your due diligence? What is the policy? How do you ensure that money can be paid back? Because if he's a senator or MP and a minister, he's on a flat salary. Even as a minister and an MP, after taxes, maybe $35,000 or $36,000 a month. How could one qualify for $6.2 million or more in loans with that salary? Please, let us know. What was the interest rate at which Foster got this loan that he's talking about? Please provide the board notes for this approval, because the board would have had to meet to approve certain limit. I don't think CEO or tellers and so on or loans officers can just approve huge $1 million loans without your approval. So please share with the public the board notes approving these loans, these payments, at what interest rate, please. Venture Credit Union Board. If it was a loan repayment, why did Venture Credit Union deposit its own repayment into the personal account of Foster Cummins? You see, Foster says a loan, especially the first $1.8 million. And MTS made it out, stated in the Express, through the request of the company who had done the work to make out the payment to Venture Credit Union. How did Venture Credit Union accept a payment from MTS for $1.8 million having not done any work for MTS? Venture, I'm not hearing you all. How exactly did that check reach in the account of Venture Credit Union when MTS did no work and Venture Credit Union was not owed any money from MTS? How did that money enter Venture Credit Union account? And secondly, why and how did Venture Credit Union, what was the paperwork to move that money from the Venture Credit Union account into the account of Mr. Foster Cummins? Who authorized that? On what basis? What was the source of funds? Where were the board approvals and so on? And it could not be a CEO because $1.8 million moving seems to be above any CEO limit. Did Venture Credit Union give a loan to MTS? If not, how and why did Venture Credit Union accept a payment from MTS? Did Venture Credit Union fill out an SAR in or about January 2021? Did Venture Credit, because this might be the only positive thing that you all did in this whole thing. Did Venture Credit Union fill out a suspicious activity report in or around December 2020, January 2021, which alerted the FIU to suspicious activity, which then triggered the police investigation? Did Venture Credit Union fill out the SAR? And if so, why? Because Fuzzy Foster said it's all normal, it's just a loan, and it's all of this technical nonsense that I'm sure you all and all are shocked that he's talking that. So why? And if you did not fill out an SAR, then how the FIU found out about any activity at Venture Credit Union involving Foster Cummings account? See? You all are kind of silent. I just want you to answer these questions. Did Venture Credit Union fill out an SAR on or about July 2020 with regards to the 1.4 million payment or 1.8 million payment from MTS? If not, why not? Because if you filled out an SAR in December, January 2020, 2021, with the original amount now, the 1.8, did you fill out an SAR? Because there didn't seem to be an investigation into that. And if you did not, why didn't you fill it out? Because the check was made directly to you? So it's not suspicious when MTS just gives you a check of taxpayers' money just like that? Venture Credit Union, this is not funny. This is very sad. Why the total silence, Venture Credit Union? I just have a few questions for MTS and by extension HDC, especially the chairperson Jackie Lazarus, former campaign manager of Keith Christopher. Smile, Jackie, smile, smile for the cameras. Jackie Lazarus and MTS, a payment to a company made directly to a financial institution and not to the company, not to the company's account. Is that normal? Is it? So can all people who win contracts at MTS direct the board where to put the money? So Atlantic Studios wins a contract with MTS and Archie could tell MTS, make the check to Anil. Somehow that's not sounding right, Jackie. All's not right, Jackie. And if you think all of we sleeping like Lazarus, no, 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 we're very awake. We are so awake, they call we woke. Who signed that check, Jackie Lazarus? What was the paperwork to accompany the check that was made out to Venture Credit Union rather than the contracted company that had won the tender to do the work? Was the corporate secretary at MTS asked to advise on this corrupt practice? And if the corporate secretary was asked for advice, what was that advice? And did the board ignore the corporate secretary's advice? And if the corporate secretary was not asked to advise on whether payments could be made on request by a company to a financial institution, then why was the corporate secretary not told? Or why was the corporate secretary's advice ignored? And to the corporate secretary, you better protect yourself. Who authorized that payment and who authorized those payments? Where are the board notes? Who authorized it? Board approval, because those amounts are above the approvals of even a permanent secretary. So who approved those? Jackie Lazarus, Rowley's campaign manager, and more? What is the upper limit of approval payments by the CEO without board approval? If these amounts were above the limit, did the board approve these payments? Please provide board notes and board minutes for these payments. This taxpayers' money. How were these novel payments accounted for by MTS? You see, because contractor working, payments supposed to go to contractor, accounts, thing balance off. But when contractor do work and MTS write check to financial institution which had no contract or no work, how it balance? Where it balance? Only in PNM corrupt head. Police have plenty work to do. But here Foster want to know, and I want Jacob to probe, how Jayanti get the thing, how Jayanti get the information, how Jayanti get it. Don't study that, Foster. Study how the money reach, where the money reach, the nonsense you talking about loan, and how you was a senator, and a senator is a politically exposed person, and they're under the same rules and laws. Understand Venture Credit Union and Jackie Lazarus. All you have plenty questions to answer, all protected by this lion clown here, Keith Christopher Pathological Rowley. And then the Express comes after all of that into Foster. Archie check the Express. They can't keep a good man down. Who want to keep the man down? The man take himself down. It's police looking for the man. All you keep thinking UNC. UNC is not special branch. No police, ex-police in the Senate for UNC or candidate for UNC. No police commissioner was selected by a UNC prime minister because he wanted to have confidence in him. The police looking at Foster. The special branch looking at Foster. The FIU looking for Foster. The Anti-Corruption Bureau looking for Foster. Is Foster they looking for, not the UNC? But check the Express. They can't keep a good man down. Really? That's a good man? Yes, he and Rowley is two good men. And Fazir, come in, boy.
Speaking about Foster Cummins, apparently the Express is doubling down in defending the boy because they gave him a whole page in the Express today. A whole page. Page 5. They can't keep a good man down. This is Foster Cummins in his constituency, surrounded by the red. What you really expect? Wouldn't he get massive support? They're feeling threatened in the Express that the boy going to get kicked out? A whole page. What you really expect? PNMites surrounded by PNMites. What you expect them to say? We don't believe Foster is the man?
And here, Foster in the Guardian, Cummins says he's unfazed by UNC allegations. They're not UNC allegations, Fuzzy Fuss. You're not too bright. It's police investigation. It's allegations from your financial institution, whoever filled out the SAR. It's the Anti-Corruption Bureau. It's the police who are after you, who are investigating you. It's you, not the UNC. So you, the UNC, make no allegation. It's police investigation. And here Foster Cummins. Foster Cummins was walking in the constituency. But here, who he moving with? To show you how birds of a feather flock together. And so you have Rowley and Foster, Emailgate man, Bridgeman's man, Landate man, Greenvale man, Las Alturas man, HDC contract man, double ferries down in Australia man. That's Rowley with Foster, the lone man. And here who Foster rolling with? When you roll, you don't roll alone. PNM is a corrupt family. Cummins was joined by former Labour Minister Jennifer Batiste Primus, Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez, Minister of Man, Minister of Communications in the Office of the Prime Minister Simon the Nosebreaker, and Minister in the Ministry of Education, Lisa Morris Julian, all join up and hug up with Foster. Show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. And this man over here was great friends with Ken Valley. I just go to an article to sum this up for you all. From Professor Ramesh Diosran talking about politics without integrity. Leave that picture up, eh? And he says, what helps build political credibility is the extent to which the politician or political parties demonstrates integrity. The first cousin of credibility, integrity is defined as moral uprightness, honesty, wholeness, soundness. Look around, people, to see which politician or party has integrity or not, and then judge whether that politician or party is worthy of belief and trust or not.